Another video on the channel, and today we are doing another type of NBA 2K content. This is simulating through games that are made possible through NBA 2K23, and I want to be doing some more crazier ones. This is just to get my footing on this type of content because this is my first time doing it, so I'm starting off basic. We're doing the all-time greats, the all-time teams. A lot of these rosters are mostly fixated towards the opinion of what people believe are the best players. This is a roster made by, I think, some guy named Young Hampton. So shout out to him for making these rosters. And yeah, let's get right into this. So to start off, let's go for the 76ers. AI, Wilt Chamberlain, Moses Malone, I almost said Mike Malone, Joel Embiid, Charles Barkley, Julius Erving, Dolph Schayes, Billy Cunningham, Bobby Jones, Hal Greer, Andre Iguodala. I want Iguodala to take the last shot. George McGinnis, Hershey Hawkins, and Ben Simmons. Doug Collins too. Okay. Bro, what is your morale? Why is the entire morale, except for AI and Wilt Chamberlain, just like so... so Joel is gratified. So why is everyone else just like not okay? Damn, I guess everyone else is just like not happy with the 76ers. Okay. Then you got Kareem, Giannis, the Big O, Oscar Robertson, Sidney Moncrief, Marquez Johnson, Ray Allen, Chris Middleton, Bobby Dandridge. I can't believe I said Bobby Dandridge. Bob Dandridge, Michael Reed, Terry Cummings, Vin Baker, Junior Bridgman, Glenn Robinson, Brian Winters, Paul Pressey. Now we're moving on to the Bills. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Derrick Rose, Artis Gilmore, DeMar DeRozan, Dennis Rodman, Jimmy Butler, Jerry Sloan, Bob Love, Zach LaVine, Joakim Noah, BJ Armstrong, Reggie Theus, Tony Kukoc, Horace Grant. I keep forgetting that Joakim Noah is actually like a good player. People always make fun of Joakim Noah, especially for his shot, for obvious reasons. But yeah, Joakim Noah is actually a good player, believe it or not. Then the Cavs, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, Ron Harper, Kevin Love, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Larry Nance, Terrell Brandon, World Be Free. I'm sorry, what? Damn, I forgot he was good too. I do gotta say, every time I look at World Be Free, I always love how they made their models so stupid looking. Like, he's not even that bad looking, he's just so stupid for 2K. Darius Garland, Campy Russell, Austin Carr, Jared Allen, Hot Rod Williams. Damn, you gotta be really down bad if you have Darius Garland and Jared Allen. They're not even that bad with players, it's just they're not like all-time greats. Interesting to see if the Cleveland Cavaliers can get carried by LeBron James and Kyrie Irving once again. Well, let's see. Got the Boston Celtics, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, John Havlicek, Dave Cowens, Kevin McHale, Paul Pierce, JoJo White, Jason Tatum, Robert Parrish, Kevin Garnett, Bill Sharman, Rajon Rondo, Tom Heinsohn, Isaiah Thomas too? Bro, they actually got IT. Okay, so that's cool. We have a loaded Boston Celtics roster. Even if injuries rattle them, they still got a whole good unit to go behind. Their lowest overall is an 89. I don't think there's another team that has that kind of luck, unless I'm forgetting the certain other team. Alright, go to the Clippers. Bob McAdoo, Chris Paul, World Be Free. Once again, World Be Free. Blake Griffin, Elton Brand, Danny Manning, Chris Kaman. What did I just say? Chris Kaman, Terry Cummings, DeAndre Jordan, Ron Harper, Corey Maggette, Norm Nixon, Eric Gordon, Lamar Odom, Lou Williams. Now we're going over to the Memphis Grizzlies. Marc Gasol, John Morant, Paul Gasol, Zach Randolph, Mike Conley, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Mike Bibby, Tony Allen, Shane Battier, Brian Reeves, Jason Williams, Rudy Gay, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson Jr., Mike Miller. Oh boy, this team seems to be the most down bad out of all of them so far, I think. They actually have Jaren Jackson here, which is interesting. So let's see how this team does. I'm curious to see how they do without that quote-unquote all-star, even though Marc Gasol and John Morant are pretty much all-stars if they were on, you know, a team that isn't in a league of perennial all-stars. On to the Hawks. Dominique Petit. What did I say for his first name? It sounded like I said Bop. Anyways, Dominique Bob Petit, Trae Young, Cliff Hagan, Lou Hudson, Dikembe Mutombo, Josh Smith, Joe Caldwell, Paul Millsap, Kevin Willis, Mookie Blaylock, Steve Smith, Pete Maravich, Doc Rivers, Al Horford. That's interesting how they have Al Horford for the Hawks team. But then again, he was pretty good for the Hawks. Ain't no way did I just see Tyler Hero on here. Oh my goodness. LeBron James once again, Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, Glenn Rice, Chris Bosh, Ronnie Sakali, Bam Adebayo, Hassan Whiteside, Goran Dragic, Eddie Jones, Steve Smith, Udonis Haslem. I think it's a little too low for Udonis, but that's just me. And Tyler Hero. I don't know why they have Tyler Hero on this team, but I guess maybe they didn't have any other players. Alright, now we're on to the Charlotte Hornets, and already this is looking awful. Glenn Rice, Alonzo Mourning once again, Kevin Walker, Larry Johnson, Gerald Wallace. I had to take a pause there just to make sure that I said that name right. Probably Gerald Wallace instead of Gerald. Eddie Jones, Lamar Ball, Derek Coleman, Baron Davis, Muggsy Bogues, Vlad Divac, Dale Curry, Kendall Gill, Jamal McGlory, David Wesley. Oh boy, I need to go through a lot more teams. I need to speed this up. Karl Malone on the Jazz, John Stockton, Pete Maravich, Adrian Dantley, Rudy Gobert, Andre Karolinko, Mark Eden, Deron Williams, Carlos Boozer, Donovan Mitchell, Gordon Hayward, Darrell Griffith, Truck Robinson, John Duroux, Jeff Hornacek, and let's go on to the Kings. We got Oscar Robinson, once again the Big O, Jerry Lucas, Nate Archibald, Chris Webber, DeMarcus Cousins, Mitch Richmond, Wayne Embry, Pedro Stojakovic, Blank Baby, once again, Otis Birdsong, De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Martin, Vlad Divac, Eddie Johnson, Doug Christie, the Knicks. I saw Kristaps, Walt Frazier, Patrick Ewing, Willis Reed, Rich Guerin, Carmelo Anthony, David DeBricochet, Bernard King, Amari Stoudemire, Michael Ray Richardson, Earl Monroe, John Starks, Allen Houston, Dick Barnett, Julius Randle, Kristaps Porzingis. On to the Lakers. Matt Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, George Mikan, Anthony Davis, Paul Gasol, Gail Goodrich, Jamal Wilkes, Michael Cooper, Byron Scott, Nick Van Exel. Dude, the Magic's loaded. Oh my goodness. Dwight Howard, Tracy McGrady, Shaquille O'Neal. That's very interesting how they made Dwight Howard above Tracy, but that's just a thing that noticed by me. Penny, Nikola Vucevic, Hito Turkoglu, Rashad Lewis, Steve Francis, Nick Anderson, Scott Skiles, Grant Hill, Dennis Scott, Horace Grant, Darrell Armstrong, Jameer Nelson, and then we're going on to the Dallas Mavericks. We got Dirk, Luka, Marco Maguire, Derek Harper, Jamal Mashburn, Rolando Blackman, Michael Finley, Jim Jackson, Steve Nash, Jason Terry, James Donaldson, Brad Davis, Christian Wood, George McLeod, Sean Bradley. Okay, we're going on to the Nets. We got Julius Irving, Jason Kidd, James Harden, Drazen Petrovic, Vince Carter, Kyrie Irving, Derek Coleman, Kenny Anderson, Buck Williams, Brook Lopez, Kenny Martin, Richard Jefferson, Otis Birdsong, Keith Van Horn, D'Angelo Russell. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Nah. I think we're missing someone. Hang on a minute. Nah. All right, I'm gonna have to edit that real quick because that's ridiculous. You can't forget KD like that, man. All right, let's go on to the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, Carmelo Anthony, Davis Hansman, Alex English, Dikembe Mutombo once again, Spencer Haywood, Dan Izzo, Fat Lever, Allen Iverson once again, Kiki Vandeweghe, Byron Black, Antonio Medice, Mark Hamby, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, Jamal Murray, and then you roll into the Pacers. George McGinnis, Mel Daniels, Jermaine O'Neal, Paul George, Reggie Miller, Freddie Lewis, Danny Granger, Victor Oladipo, Bob Natolicki, Don Booz, Chuck Person, Rick Smith, DeMontis Sabonis, David West, Roy Hibbert. Going on to the Pelicans. Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Baron Davis, Jamal Mashburn, Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, David West, Drew Holiday, CJ McCollum, Pedro Stojakovic, Jonas Valanciunas. I know it's Valanciunas, but it's Valanciunas in my heart. David Wesley, Julius Randle, Lonzo. Detroit Pistons, it's the better Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Grant Hill, Bob Lehner, Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman, Dave Bing, Kelly Tripucka, David Ricochet, Darius Stackhouse, Richard Hamilton, Bailey Howell, Bill Lambier, Andre Drummond. Oh my god, it's the Toronto Raptors. Moving on to the Toronto Raptors, we got Kawhi Leonard, Vince Carter, Chris Bosh, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, Damon Stoudemire, Antonio Davis, Morris Peterson, Jalen Rose, Andrea Bargnani. Andrea Bargnani. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that. Usually I'm fine with that. Scotty Barnes, Doug Christie, Fred VanVleet, Walt Williams, Houston Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, James Harden, Yao Ming, Trace McGrady, Calvin Murphy, Ralph Sampson, Clyde Drexler, Elvin Hayes, Steve Francis, Rudy Tomjanovich, Otis Thorpe, Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, Jalen Green, San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan, Dave Robinson, Kawhi Leonard, Gars Gervin, Tony Parker, Alvin Robertson, Louis Dampier, Larry Kennan, Manu Ginobili, Sean Elliott, Bruce Bowen, DeJounte Murray, James Silas, LaMarcus Aldridge, Artis Gilmore, Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash, Charles Barkley, Dennis Johnson, Amari Stoudemire, Kevin Johnson, Devin Booker, Sean Marion, Jason Kidd, Walter Davis, Chom Chambers, Charlie Scott, Paul Westphal, Dick Van Arsdale, Dan Majerle, Larry Nance, OKC, KD. We're going to have to duplicate you, buddy, because you need to go back on the Nets as well. Russell Westbrook, Gary Payton, Ray Allen, Paul George, Den Johnson, Sean Kemp, Spencer Haywood, Gus Williams, Jack Sikma, Sean Lewis, Fred Brown, Dale Ellis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Detlef Schrempf, Minnesota Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, Sam Cassell, Tom Gudiloda, I'm not even going to try to recite that again, Anthony Edwards, Stephon Marbury, Terrell Brandon, Wallace Skizerback, Ricky Rubio, Doug West, Christian Laettner, Andrew Wiggins, Isaiah Ryder, Portland Trailblazers, Clyde Drexler, Bill Walton, Damian Lillard, Brandon Roy, Maurice Lucas, LaMarcus Aldridge, Arvydas Sabonis, Sidney Wicks, Terry Porter, Geoff Petrie, Jerome Kersey, CJ McCollum, Kiki Vandeweghe, Jim Paxson, Kevin Duckworth, the Warriors, Wilt Chamberlain once again. Oh, they made the Golden State Warriors Wilt Chamberlain 99. Interesting. Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Rick Barry, Chris Mullin, Nate Thurmond, Klay Thompson, Paul Arizin, Tim Hardaway, Draymond Green, Sleepy Floyd, Purvis Shorts, Latrice Sparrow, Monta Ellis, Jason Richardson, and finally the Wizards. Wes Unseld, Elvin Hayes, Bradley Beal, Gilbert Arenas, John Wall, Earl Monroe, Phil Chenier, Rod Strickland, Jeff Ruland, Antoine Jamison, Don Old, Karen Butler, Larry Hughes, Jack Martin, Jeff Malone. Oh, we're done. We're done. All right. That's great. That's the end of the video. And we're going to add KD back on the Nets. I don't know why they did that. All right, D'Lo, we're going to have to replace you. I'm sorry. Look, it's for the better. You know, you're replacing a legend. All right, there we go. KD's back on here. So we're going to turn off trades, of course, because we don't want two KDs on the same team or two LeBrons on the same team or anything like that. We're going to go ahead and disable that. And you know what? We'll, get rid of the injuries because we don't want any of that either. So let's get right into this. All right. Team Kareem, Team Dirk. Okay. Let's auto draft and let's see. Okay. We have some interesting names here. So we have Dirk Nowitzki, Larry Bird, David Robinson, Dwayne Wade, John Stockton, LeBron James, of course. I think this is the Lakers LeBron, but I don't know. Oh, wait, the other LeBron's here too. Okay, well, that's interesting. Kevin Durant, Elgin Baylor, Clyde Drexler, Bob Pettit. Bob Pettit really beats out so many big names. There's no Wilt. Wow, there's no Bill Russell. What are the big names here? Kobe is not here. Bob Cousy. Oh my, Bob Cousy, the legend. Bob Cousy beat out so many good players. Bro, John Stockton's not here. Gosh, there's so many big names that I'm forgetting here. Elvin Hayes, Chris Paul. Dude, that's ridiculous. That is insane. Kareem, LeBron, KG, James Harden, Walt, Shaquille, Stephen Curry, Karl Malone, Giannis, Tracy. There's so many big names out of this picture. Bro, Bob Cousy, what season are you having? I need to see what you're doing. Let's simulate through the regular season and let's see what happens. I cannot wait to see what is happening. Most valuable player, Penny Hardaway. Bro, Penny really said, nah, you the sidekick now. 14 assists a game, 2 steals basically. That is insane stats from Penny. Sixth man of the year. Of course, Russell Westbrook got this. He has KD. He has a couple of good players here. The fact that he's a sixth man is what's bizarre to me. But in any case, defensive player of the year, LeBron James. Okay. Most improved player, Derrick Rose. I feel like this is some sort of shot at Derrick Rose because, he had the whole injury thing. But, I mean, it's good to see that he's the most improved. Doc Rivers. Oh, yes, the coaching staff. I think the coaching staff might also be all time, but I don't know. But anyways, coach of the year is Doc Rivers. That doesn't really feel that suiting, but it also does feel quite suiting for Doc Rivers to be the coach of the year. All NBA first team: Penny, Tracy, LeBron, Kevin Garnett, and Kareem. The All NBA second team: Dwayne Wade, John Stockton, Giannis, LeBron, David Robinson. The All NBA third team: James Harden, Walt Frazier, Bob Petit, Julius Erving, and Bob Lanier. Wow. All defensive first: Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That actually does feel quite fitting for the all defensive first team. John Stockton, Tracy, Julius, Kevin Garnett, and Wilt Chamberlain. Once again, no surprise here, except for the fact that Tim Duncan and Bill Russell is not here for some reason. So that's interesting. All right, so here's the playoff seedings here. We have in the play-in Denver, Clippers, OKC, and San Antonio. And then you have Indiana, Washington, and Atlanta and Brooklyn. We also got the Lakers, the Jazz, the Kings, the Rockets, the Trailblazers, Golden State, Boston, Chicago, Orlando, Milwaukee, the Knicks, and also Philadelphia. Oh man, there's already a whole lot of teams that I'm not seeing here, and there's a couple of teams that really surprised me. Sacramento Kings actually made it. Alright, so here's the league standings. The 76ers have the best record out of everyone, followed by the Boston Celtics. No surprise there, they have a great team. The Orlando Magic. You're telling me, so Penny Hardaway, Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, Rashad Lewis, Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Nikola Vucevic, Hito, Nick Anderson, and all of the other players, they actually managed to beat the third highest team. And what's even crazier, the Knicks are here. What? That's crazy. Bro, Walt has carried this team. This team doesn't even have that many good all-stars compared to everyone else, aside from Patrick Ewing. And they have Carmelo Anthony as well. But, like, that's still crazy how they actually managed to be fourth. Followed by them are the Milwaukee Bucks, Chicago Bulls, Atlanta Hawks, Brooklyn Nets, Indiana Pacers, Washington Wizards. And then the teams that missed out. The Miami Heat. You're telling me that Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, and Alonzo Mourning can't get it done? That's crazy. And then you have Detroit Pistons. The bad boy Pistons couldn't do it, so there's that as well. You also have the Cavs, once again, another LeBron team. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, all of the LeBron teams are gone. Never mind, I'm stupid. The Lakers made it, of course. The Lakers made it. Yeah, okay. Golden State. Stephen Curry is showing why he's the GOAT. But then again, he does have Wilt and KD as well to go with him. And Rick Barry off the bench is crazy. The Rockets. Wow, the Rockets did very good. They have some serious depth at center. Like, imagine if they could actually have a whole big front of Moses, Hakeem, Yao Ming, and Ralph. I'd be down for them to put all of them at once. Who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop them from putting in all four at once and then have James Harden move to the point guard? That would be crazy. The Jazz made it here with John Stockton and Karl Malone. Let's see if they can get their first ring. Sacramento Kings, Nate Archibald, Oscar Robinson, Peja, Jerry, DeMarcus Cousins. They actually managed to do pretty well. Portland Trailblazers, Terry Porter, Clyde Drexler, Jerome Kersey, Maurice Lucas, and Bill Walton. That's crazy how you start Terry Porter over Damian Lillard. I wouldn't do that. I'm going to tell you that right now. I wouldn't do that for sure. But hey, you guys managed to get into the playoffs. Apparently a worthwhile strategy. Have Dame come off the bench as a sixth man. That's hey, you do you. OKC and the OKC KD managed to make the play-in, along with the Denver Nuggets, who have Carmelo Anthony and Dikembe and Nikola. That is ridiculous how you have him on the bench over Denzel and Dikembe, because I dislike these lineups so much. San Antonio Spurs with Tony Parker, George Gervin, Kawhi, Tim Duncan, and Dave Robinson. See, this actually makes sense for a lineup. I don't know why no one else is making sense for their lineups, but sure. And then the Clippers, of course, with Chris Paul, World Be Free, Corey Maggette, Blake Griffin, and Bob McAdoo. Memphis Grizzlies, I knew that this was going to be the worst team. It was expected, but damn, their rotation sucks. Like, you put Bryant Reeves at center, sure, but you also have some guy named Marc Gasol. How did he regress so much? Wow, that regression is terrible. I purposely left regression on just to see what would happen with some of these teams. But Marc Gasol, what happened to you? Phoenix Suns, wow, I'm surprised that they didn't make it because they have Steve Nash coming off the bench. Never mind, I'm not surprised anymore. Chris Paul, Dave Wesley, Jamal Mashburn, Zion. Hang on a minute. Oh my goodness. Someone needs to get fired because that is ridiculous for what these teams are something. In any case, let's simulate through the play-in. Clippers eliminated. Okay. Wizards eliminated. Denver Nuggets eliminated. Atlanta Hawks eliminated. Okay, so we have our playoff brackets. So let's get right into this. So we have OKC matchup against LA, Utah, Sacramento, Houston, Portland, Golden State, and San Antonio, Philadelphia and Indiana, New York and Milwaukee, Orlando, Chicago, Boston, and Brooklyn. Let's simulate through these games. Sacramento Kings eliminated. Brooklyn Nets eliminated. Pacers eliminated. Golden State is eliminated. Okay, we need to go through what just happened. So, I feel like this was expected. Utah and Sacramento. Yeah, I think Utah's going to win that. Like 9 times out of 10, they're going to win that matchup. That was a 4-0 sweep. Philadelphia sweeping the Pacers, no surprise there. Chicago sweeping the Magic. There's no surprise there. I don't know why Jordan and the Bulls actually made it to the 6th seed. That doesn't seem right at all. So it makes sense that they actually come back and sweep. Brooklyn got swept by Boston. I'm looking at this and there's no real surprises here. Aside from maybe Portland. Let's see who carried. Hakeem carried. Hakeem for 3! Hakeem for 3! Bro, Hakeem! Oh my goodness. What is this 3-point shot? Nah, that's crazy. A C-? Are you serious? Hakeem for 3! Oh my goodness. Bro, if James Harden can't make it, Hakeem Olajuwon. Oh man. Bro, ice in his veins. Yo, that is crazy. Bro, James Harden threw the game. Hakeem was carrying, bro. Oh, that is ridiculous. Of course, Clyde the Glide, and then followed by Clyde is Kersey, Walton, and of course Dame. Clutch when it comes to the first round of the playoffs, and he's clutch here. Arvidas, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. That's amazing work from the center position. And you have Lucas, Porter, Aldridge. Overall, outstanding work by the entire Trailblazers team. I cannot believe James Harden threw so badly. He went 1 for 8. That is terrible. Let me see this box score for Milwaukee. Gurin! Oh my goodness, Gurin. Gurin popped off late. 5 for 7, 11 for 14. That is ridiculous. He got a double-double on the day and 19 assists from Waltz. That is what a team player. Dude, Kareem double-doubled. Giannis double-doubled. Of the Big O double-doubled. Giannis and Moncrief almost got a triple-double, and they still couldn't win. The point total is so bad, too. All right, I think we had enough fun watching the first round. Let's take a look at the next round of the playoffs. And Celtics eliminated by the Chicago Bulls. Jazz eliminated. Aw, the Knicks eliminated. And Portland got eliminated. Now we're in the thick of it. We have the first seeded Lakers against the 7th seeded Spurs. Let's see what happened in these games, actually. Damian Lillard, I hope they started him because he scored the most. But the minutes that Dame got, wow, that is so abysmal. They don't even give him 30 minutes. They gave him 28 minutes. Bro, you're supposed to play. You could play this guy for like 37 minutes at the very least, and he will be producing some highlights for you. It's crazy that they didn't put him for more minutes. Duncan Robinson and Kawhi. Wow. Kawhi with the defense and Duncan Robinson with the offense. Duncan for 3! Duncan for 3! Oh my goodness. Bro, Duncan for 3. These centers be taking some weird shots. Karl Malone did his best. And John Stockton, I mean, he passed the ball a few times, but I feel like we should expect more points coming out of John Stockton. Dantley took so many shots. What was Dantley doing, actually? 42 minutes? You played this guy 42 minutes. You played. I need to see something real quick. 92 overall, Dantley. You couldn't play Stockton for 42 minutes? Gurin once again led the team in scoring. Walt, Frazier, Ewing, Willis Reed. I mean, I cannot believe that they have Gurin scoring so many points, and Carmelo Anthony isn't like anywhere near the lead scorer. In fact, he missed a good amount of shots, so that's crazy. Charles Barkley, wow. AI Ben Simmons scoring? Since when? Bro, his free throws, look at this. Bro, they keep sending him to the line. They expect him to miss, but he's been clutch. Wilt Chamberlain almost got a triple-double as usual. And finally, let's view the box score of the last game of this game. Bear this in mind. Kevin McHale is your lead scorer on a team with Larry Bird, Kuzi, Cohen, Sherman, Paul Pierce, Havlicek, White, Bill Russell, Parrish. You did not play Tatum or Garnett or Rondo. Derrick Rose going back into his prime form once again as well. In this game, you have him along with Michael Jordan, Artis Gilmore carrying the team's load. Scottie Pippen, DeMar DeRozan, and Jimmy Butler weren't far behind either. And they had a couple of DNPs because obviously they just let their star raw talent just play. So now we're in an interesting state. We're going to be simulating this round. Let's see who advances. Chicago Bulls got eliminated and the Spurs got eliminated. It's the 1 seed against the 1 seed. Wow, okay. Let's see the box score of this. Kobe Bryant, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All-around conservative effort to get this dub for the Lakers. And yeah, I mean, they didn't really need help from any of their other good players. They just needed their raw star talent from the first man to the 8th man to just ball out, apparently. Tim Duncan tried his best, but he clearly didn't have much scoring help from the other members of his team. I'm assuming the 11 assists just went all towards Tim Duncan in the paint. Tim Duncan for 3. Hang on a minute. Dude, we have a lot of wild 3-pointers made by people that shouldn't be making these 3-point shots. And this was a close one too. Both of them were in game 7s. View the box score. Charles Barkley. Bro, give this man his ring already. Charles Barkley coming in with the scoring load. Joel, Ben Simmons, and I cannot say this enough. Charles Barkley, 3 for 4. Bro, Charles Barkley's a mad lad. And who scored the most here? D-Rose once again taking up a whole lot of the load on offense. And then you have Artis Gilmore, Jimmy Butler, Michael Jordan. Man, I cannot believe the Bulls did not make it. In fact, you know something? I cannot believe that the 76ers, out of all of the good East teams, you actually have the 76ers as the #1 team. Of course, the team is very good, but it's also like crazy how the Celtics or the Bulls didn't get this. Let's simulate this with the Simcast. Let's simulate the game. Okay, going towards the Lakers' favor, and the Lakers just dominated. Yeah, all right. All right, let's see the next game here. The Lakers are just taking away the victories here. The 76ers are almost 60% from the 3-point line, but it wasn't enough to power their way above the Los Angeles Lakers. I guess the inside scoring isn't going well for them either. All right, let's see if the 76ers can power through with a dub for once. No, the Lakers. Oh, wait. Nah, the Lakers barely made it past. That is interesting. Who took the clutch shot? To make it? Oh, Bryant with the layup, and then Bryant. Oh, was he fouled? Bryant got fouled and won. Oh my goodness. And Simmons turned the ball over. That is tough. They had 30 seconds left. They could have done so much. And Simmons turned the ball over. And then O'Neal offensive foul. And then Iverson turned the ball over. Wow. Okay. All right. And the Sixers might come away with a win here. Ooh, it's close. And the Sixers come up with a dub. They needed this one, and they needed this one bad because obviously the next loss is a trip back home. So we have AI once again leading the scoring, and then Charles Barkley, Wilt, Julius, Joel. James Worthy is the leading scorer for the Lakers, which I don't know how, but it's James Worthy leading the offense with points. I think that's saying a lot considering the offensive talent on here. If James Worthy is the leading scorer, I don't think you're doing something right. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh, the Lakers maybe coming away with the dub here. Oh, and the Lakers. It looks like the Lakers have came away with the dub. And so the Lakers come away with the finals dub. Man, I mean, I feel like this was expected. Elgin Baylor gets the MVP. Wow. But in any case, I feel like this was expected. The Los Angeles Lakers have won the NBA championship. And it wasn't close. Who knew that if you put in the best possible rosters in 2K for all time, for every team, that the Lakers, with their stout core and their stout unit, they would just pull away with a dub. Since there's no injuries, nothing to worry about, they'll just take the dub. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want more simulations, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and goodbye.